Hi again chaps, this is Scott Tilley from Scott Tilley Photography, and this week we're doing a spot of wild camping. A bit later on, not this month, next month, I'm going to be doing sort of 2 or 3 days up in the Lake District wild camping. So seeing as we've not wild camped before, I'm testing out some equipment, and Leia's back from university for a long weekend, so we thought it would be an ideal opportunity to get up to the Peak District and test out some equipment. So that's what we're doing. We've just set up camp. We're at Alport Castles. We've just come away from there a little bit, and it's quite windy up here today, so we've set up behind a wall. So this is the current Tilley camp with the Tilleys, and new tent, new stove, and we're just about to have a coffee, and then as the sun's going down, we're going to see if we can get some pictures tonight, and then probably we won't get much sleep. We might try a bit of astrophotography, and we're going to be up early more than likely if we get any sleep at all, so we'll try and do some morning shots as well. We've already seen one shot that we like the look of on the way up, which should work quite well as the sun's coming up, we think, so we're probably going to give that a go in the morning. So yeah, speak to you soon.
Remember me, I remember you. I've been thinking about you more than ever. I guess I'm lonely, I'm starting to grow old, and I thought my youth would last forever.
Right, hi again everybody. Well, the sun's now gone down behind us. We have just been taking some images actually, but I didn't want to vlog that because where we were taking the images from was sort of down on this side of the Alport Castles there, on halfway down the banking, and just below us were some rocks, and we disturbed a bird. Not sure what it was, and then another one, so I think there's a nest down there, so we didn't want to hang around too long, so I decided not to film it, just to get the shots as the sun went down and then come back up here. But as you can see, it looks glorious across there. I think, if I'm right in saying, that's across towards Bleaklow, and if you see the rocks right on the end where the sun's gone down there, I think that's one of the shots I took when we did our Bleaklow vlog a few weeks ago, which I'll put a link up there to that, and yeah, you can watch that if you want. But yeah, what we're going to do now, we're going to get something to eat. We're not sure whether we're going to get any stars tonight, so we might try a bit of astrophotography, but if not, we're up early in the morning and we're going to try and get some decent shots. As I say, we saw a shot earlier that we quite liked, that we think might work well in the dawn light, so that's what we're going to go for tomorrow morning, or anything else that we see. I mean, we're really, I don't know if you look down there, I don't know whether you can see, there's a river in the valley that really does meander, and it's got some wonderful curves in it, and I think that would make a great picture if we could incorporate that somehow, if we get the light shining on it. But you know, it's really the first time we've been up here, so it's all quite experimental, but we'll see what we get. We'll see if we get any astro shots. I'll put the shot up that we've just taken for you to have a look at now, and yeah, if we get any astro shots, I'll put those up, and other than that, we'll see you in the morning.
Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid, cause all we had was us. If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be.
Good morning everybody. Well, that was quite an eventful night really, and I think most of the kit's worked out fine. The tent's fine, the cooker and all the sort of pan sort of system's fine. That's been brilliant, absolutely no problem at all. Sleeping mat wise, well, I have to make a confession to make. I bought a fairly cheap one online, and when I knew Leia was coming with me, I was just going to get one of these cheap foam ones for me, even cheaper than the cheap one I'd bought offline. So that was the plan. Anyway, the one came that I'd ordered originally, and after seeing the one that a certain Thomas Heaton uses, I was expecting it to be a similar size. I thought, well, it'd probably be a bit bigger. It was bigger than the tent when it was folded up. So yeah, that was a bit of a disaster. So anyway, I said to Leia, well, you can use that. So Leia just bought a camera kit and attached that to the bag, and I bought everything else. So I've got the big rucksack with the tent and 2 sleeping bags, etc, etc, completely loaded down. So I thought, well, I'm not going to waste any more money on a foam, £6 thing that's never going to get used again. So I didn't bother with one. So, oh God, when you turn in on your hip and you turn in again because it's aching, and then you go back onto the bit that ached before and it still aches. So it's like been every half an hour I've been awake or moving round, and eventually 2 o'clock this morning I thought, well, I'll see if we've got any stars, because it was supposed to be clear. So I stuck my head out the tent and it wasn't clear. The moon was around. We've got a 3/4 full moon, but there was this cloud coming in, this wonderful cloud, kept shooting across the moon, and the valley was just hints of the valley kept showing up, this wonderful valley behind us. We've got some fog in there now a little bit, but it was, well, I'll stick the pictures up in a minute and you'll see for yourself, but it was absolutely magical. And Leia loves this minimalist sort of photography, and I quite like it as well. And we had about an hour at 2 o'clock this morning out with the cameras. Absolutely loved it. The shot I'm going to put up in a minute is one that we took last night, and that will be at, from memory, obviously I wasn't vlogging at that time, you wouldn't have seen anything anyway because it was pitch black. From memory, it was f7.1, ISO 320, and anything from a 30-second exposure to a 20-second exposure. So yeah, that's what we did last night. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning, 4:10, and we're just having breakfast. And as you can see, there's it's supposed to be completely clear today, but it's not. There's some low cloud, but the sky is just starting to colour up. So we're going to walk down to where that shot we saw last night on his way up that we thought might look good this morning. We're going to go and have a look at it now. We're going to pack camp up first, make sure that you can't tell that we've been there at all. And yeah, we'll see what we can get this morning. But if we don't get one this morning, last night was brilliant, and I'm just really so pleased that I stuck my head out of the tent. And yeah, it was great. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
We were meant to be. Just tell me where and I'll come see ya. 'Cause I'm afraid that I'll end up here alone. Hope you'll understand how much I need ya. Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid, 'cause all we had was us. If I close my eyes and think about...
Right, we're just making his way back down now, and I don't think that shot we saw yesterday is going to work. The sun's coming up in a totally different place than they thought it would be, but we've seen this shot behind us, and there's a lot of sort of cloud piling in where the sun's coming up, and you can see some nice layering in the hills behind. So that's sort of what we're shooting at the minute. I've got a 135mm lens on, and I'm sort of focusing on different areas. And it's changing all the time. You can see the hills at one point, and then the next minute you can't see them. So we're just waiting here and taking different shots. I'm going to try with this 135 for a while, then I might switch over to the Zeiss 2470 and have a go with that and see if I can get a slightly wider shot. At the minute, shooting at f11, 40th of a second, and ISO 50. And as I say, just picking, at some points there's actually hills, but there's 3 different layers that you can see here. But obviously, and there's some trees on the hillside over there as well that keep coming into view. Not sure how long this is going to last, so we're going to shoot here for a while and yeah, see what we can get. Very windy up here again today, and yeah, it's been quite a fruitful trip really, so we'll stick here for a while and then we'll make our way down, and you'll see this image at the end of the vlog.
'Cause honestly, I don't have no time to waste. I'm trying to come back to you, because now I see we were meant to be.
Right, I think that's us done for the day. Got some wonderful shots, I think. Won't know for sure until we get them back on the computer, but yeah, we've both had a great time and got some what we think really nice shots. So it's been a worthwhile experience, and worked out one or two things I need to sort for the wild camping when I go up to the Lake District, so that's also very good. Now, if you want to see those episodes that will be coming up probably end of June, beginning of July, plus the weekly content that I put up, then please subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this video and the images that we've shown you, then please give me a thumbs up and a like. And we'll see you next week for some more. Cheers, bye.